Warpugs, Japan's Self-Defense Forces base Alnus. Now, in the long run, every so often, something gets requested, and I have absolutely not the faintest clue what I'm about to look at. And this is one of those times. Guys, this is from the Templin Institute, and this is requested by Jack992 in the Discord, in the Patreon request line. Now, here's the thing. What do I know about Japan's Self-Defense Forces base Alnus? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what this is from. I don't know if this is a game. I don't know if this is a movie. I don't know if this is a franchise. You can call me an idiot. I accept all these things, and I accept your reasoning. Warpugs, we're going to get into this. It's been a bit since I've seen anything from the Templin Institute. I've always been really excessively jealous of their intro and outros, because it just looks awesome, and if you don't think so, that's an issue. Guys, I cannot wait, because soon I'm going to restart my lore channel, like restart it. I used to be recording so much for lore. I used to be writing all the time, all this other kind of stuff. It was a thing. And I felt like I had a really balanced life during it. And I'm getting back to that now. And to be honest, I can't wait. Warpugs, thank you for all your recommendations. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you're new here, just hit the subscribe button. I check out all kinds of things. And here's the thing, guys. Go to the Discord, put in your requests. I am going to go through there this weekend at some point and just check things out, see what's going on. I fully intend to get more on a really set schedule in the next coming month as far as what I'm going to be recording and when, things like that. I appreciate you guys being patient with me, because there are so many of you. And despite how fat I am, or was, because I'm losing weight, I'm actually losing a lot of weight, guys. Well, that joke kind of falls flat when I'm not as fat as I used to be. Warpugs, so let's just get into it. I'm gonna shut up now. Let's go. It's so nice, isn't it? You gotta love it. Oh, anime, okay.
The Battle of Ginza marked the first contact between the nations of Earth and the kingdoms of Falmart. It is still not understood how the gate functions, or what caused it to appear without warning, but in an instant, realities previously separated by time, distance, and perhaps more, were connected.
Okay.
It was a meeting of two worlds, and the results were disastrous. For the first time since the end of the Second World War, the streets of Japan became a battlefield. In their unrestrained arrogance, the Empire of Sedera immediately sought to claim the exotic lands beyond the gate, but they were entirely ignorant of just how inferior their own armies were.
There you go.
Once the Japanese self-defense forces were mobilized, the Battle of Ginza became a massacre. Though the forces of the Empire and its satellite kingdoms posed no real threat to the state of Japan,
I'm just saying, the sheer fact of the matter is, they have dragons, so I take them seriously automatically, because if you have trained a dragon, you've got something going on that I don't.
The presence of an interdimensional portal in the heart of Tokyo could not be tolerated.
True.
With a warlike, aggressive empire on the other side, the safety of Japan could only be certain if both sides of the gate fell under its control and jurisdiction, and thus the JSDF fought there.
Uh-oh.
Japan's Self-Defense Forces base, Alnus, is the result of this objective, a unique military district located in what has come to be called the Special Region. Its purpose is to guard the entrance to the gate, ensuring that nothing enters Japan without the express permission of the JSDF. Increasingly, however, it has also become the means in which travel to the Special Region is limited. With the other nations of Earth, the United States, Russian Federation, and People's Republic of China greatly desiring their own presence on the far side of the gate, JSDF Alnus no longer solely protects Japan, but the Special Region as well. The complex legality regarding the Japanese use of military force places JSDF Alnus in a singular position, even disregarding the fantastical realm in which it exists. In the context of international law, it is considered the sovereign territory of Japan, though whether this is a temporary measure or the prelude to a full annexation has been kept deliberately vague by the Japanese government. In practical terms, the territory claimed by the JSDF is a quasi-colonial administrative entity. Its governance is almost entirely handled by the Japanese Self-Defense Forces, with the Lieutenant General representing the highest military authority present. Civilian oversight remains limited, though the approval of the Japanese government is still required for any major military operations. Further complicating the status of JSDF Alnus is the rapid expansion of both Japanese military forces and installations within its borders. Originally nothing more than a series of trenches, weapon emplacements, and temporary structures, the territory has been increasingly fortified and developed. An administrative complex, barracks, motor pool, hospital, and airfield have all been established, together with various amenities serving local personnel.
But does it have a Burger King? That's the only thing, because we won't go there if there's no Burger King or a KFC. Oh crap, why did I even bring up KFC? Now I'm hungry. Jesus Christ.
Amidst the rapid destabilization of the Empire of Sedera, various refugees have also settled within JSDF Alnus. The base has accordingly become a center of trade, with goods from each side of the gate regularly sold within stores and markets. A civilian community has flourished outside the main military sector, expanding in its own right to include permanent residences for the displaced peoples of the special region.
Okay.
Its enormously advanced standard of living, compared to what exists elsewhere, has attracted those from all across the continent.
Elves. Elves. This is getting taken over fast.
Not all of these displaced peoples are human, but members of persecuted sentient species. JSDF Alnus is likely one of the few places in the special region where these groups exist without fear of repression.
Dog people. Cat people that just look like regular people with cat ears. And real dog people. Like a basset hound with a pipe. Okay.
The intermingling of different species and different worlds has created a unique cultural environment, one whose importance can only increase as trade and contact between Earth and the special region expands. Ultimately, however, JSDF Alnus remains a military base with its own dedicated forces. Much of the equipment stationed there, however, is comparatively old, reflecting a very deliberate policy on the part of the Japanese government. With the collapse of the gate or the sudden evacuation of the base a very real scenario, Japan has avoided deploying any advanced equipment to the special region that it cannot afford to abandon if required. Furthermore, as the special region lacks GPS or military networks, the mobilization of more advanced equipment would greatly increase the economic burden of maintaining JSDF Alnus. Faced with kingdoms whose own technology has barely progressed beyond crossbows and windmills, even second-rate Japanese equipment is more than enough to completely dominate the special region. The effectiveness of Japanese military equipment against even fully mobilized and battle-hardened imperial armies set the tone for the relationship between the Earth and special region.
Yeah.
The mere presence of JSDF Alnus and the comparatively limited deployment of its forces has been enough to destabilize the entire region and threaten the complete collapse of the Empire of Sedera. Yet, Japanese military forces have also been of great benefit to the people of the special region, especially in the eradication of hostile, indigenous life forms.
They're killing the dragons. This makes me sad.
The JSDF's actions against what the Japanese government designated as Special Region Type A dangerous beast, but known more informally as a flame dragon, was of particular cultural significance. Almost without effort, forces of JSDF Alnus removed from the special region one of its most dangerous and cruel forces of nature. In the limited time in which the two worlds connected by the gate have interacted, it is clear the relationship remains an unbalanced one. While small by the standards of Earth's nations, JSDF Alnus represents the greatest concentration of military power anywhere on the continent, and likely the world. How this power is used, however, must be the ultimate concern of both worlds.
The Templin Institute investigates the nations, factions, and organizations.
Guys, this just brings up an interesting thought. Well, not even an interesting thought. It's a scenario that many people have, talked about, and what would happen if you brought a modern weapon back to the battlefields of antiquity? You would overnight become a god. They wouldn't even know how to process what they were seeing. They wouldn't even understand how it would just be absolute magic to them. Like, if you took your standard 1911 and went back to ancient Egypt, well, congratulations, you're now Pharaoh. Because they are not going to have, like, to them, it would just be a magical wand that they pointed at you and you just cease to exist. The technological gap alone would be just absolutely insurmountable, which is why I'm always worried about the possibility in the possibility of us, attracting the attention of something out there in the void. Because even as we see it, if you took modern technology and even wound back the clock 70 years to World War II, if you took a modern battalion, a modern naval battle group, and plopped it down to fight against the American Navy in World War II, it would just the American Navy would be completely and totally wrecked. It is the nature of the beast. It would just be an absolute wash. And that's not even a century. If you took a modern group of U.S. Army Rangers and dropped them in the middle of Napoleonic France, they would dominate. They would shred armies by themselves. The difference in weapons and tactics in only 100 years would be just completely insurmountable. And don't even get me started on dropping a tank. Don't even get me started on dropping a tank. What would cavalry do against a tank? There would be absolutely nothing that they could do. So I guess at the end of the day, weird things happen in anime. And in anime, they ask questions that we just really don't ask ourselves. And I guess somebody asked, what happens if a medieval society encounters a modern day army? And that's the basis of the anime here. I might want to watch it. I don't know. Warpugs? Let me know what you think in the description down below. All the Templin Institute's links are going to be down there right next to my own. So please hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment, and let me know what you think down below. And check out the links if you haven't already for Patreon, for the home wish list, all that kind of stuff. And join me in the Discord. Guys, anime. Asking age-old questions like, what would we do if we found a world full of cat people? I'll catch you guys later. Cat people that look like people with cat ears. And dog people that look like basset hounds. Go figure.